We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Justin, not Bieber. Justin has decided to keep his Hi-Fi Man HE-400S headphones because he thinks they sound amazing. These are the open ones that are so open that you can hear everything out of them. Right?
Yeah.
All right, he also has some Shure SE in-ear monitors, and he plans to get a pair of sealed Audeze headphones. He wants to be able to drive all three of these to ear-bleeding levels with minimal distortion and a super low noise floor. Dude, don't do that. I mean, I know what you mean.
Yeah, don't go ear-bleeding.
But yeah, you can damage your hearing. He wants to be able to stream Tidal and play high-resolution FLAC files. He'd love to be able to play around with a good EQ and DSP as well. So we started looking at high-res digital audio players with streaming capabilities, the Pioneer XDP-100R and 300R in particular. The 300R offers dual DACs and dual amps for running balanced headphones. Is there any advantage to that? I'm going to say no. I don't think there's any reason why you need to run balanced headphones. Balanced headphones, if I'm reading this correctly, means that each can gets its own DAC and its own individual. Everything's separated. But is that the way it works? Or is it?
It's not like it's not like dual mono, as in the left is separate from the right.
The left
it's just
channel and this right channel are separate, right? Completely separate, and each one is powered by a separate DAC.
No, because that would be the dual mono. No, this is balanced where the rise and fall of the signal are independently amplified. So the rise of the signal gets amplified by one side, the dip of the signal gets amplified by the other side. So it's like like a genuine Class A setup, except you're splitting the duties of the rise and fall of the signal. For a fully balanced signal, it effectively doubles the amount of wattage that can be sent to your headphones.
Right.
That's what it does. Some people will, of course, claim being a balanced signal that it will reject any noise that might be picked up. But if you are picking up noise in the headphone cable between your headphone amplifier and your actual headphones, man, what the heck is going on there? Because that's a short cable. Even if it's a 10-foot cable, that's a short cable. You shouldn't be picking up any significant noise that would require a balanced signal to cancel out in that short of a distance. So really, it's just about you can deliver more power to the headphones. This makes sense on some of the really high-end, especially if they're planar magnetic, like the Hi-Fi Mans are.
Right.
They can absorb a heck of a lot of power. It's not a horrible idea. It's a way of not having to buy or design ridiculously expensive op amps. You can use op amps that already exist and effectively double the power by making it a balanced design. That's sort of the advantage.
Well, I guess there was some benefit there.
There's some benefit there. Yeah, but it's the cost of doing it, because often getting
these
the
things are like
balanced
$600, $700. He's looking at. They're $699. Both of these.
I know.
Things.
Yeah, for these players. So the thing was
awfully expensive.
I wasn't totally clear because he actually just updated on Facebook today. So Justin, for the second question that you just asked today on Monday, June the 12th, we'll be getting to that next week. But he was also looking for like a network audio player to stay at home. So I think he actually does want a portable player.
Right. That's what.
Because that's what these are. These Pioneers are portable players, and that makes sense. He's like, hey, I'm going to have really high-end headphones. I don't only want to listen to them at home. I'd like to be able to take them with me, and if I do that, I want to be able to play my high-resolution files, because I know that Justin uses a home theater PC, so that's probably his source at home, right? So I'm assuming that he does want a portable player. That's an interesting question, because, there actually are some really good phones. Samsung in particular has put out some really good headphone amplifiers in some of their phones. So is LG.
Right.
So there actually are just phones out there that can do a really, really good job of playing audio if you were already in the market for a new phone. A new phone, if you just bought it outright, is probably going to cost more than one of these players. So that might be something. But yeah, I wouldn't overlook just using your phone, because there are some really, really good ones out there. But if what you want, separate player, that's what you want to do. Onkyo actually has one called their DP-S1, also allows for balance, actually uses the exact same DACs and amplifier modules as these Pioneers.
It's the same thing, dude. They're the same company.
Very similar.
I mean, it's
Well, they are the
basically-
same, yeah. But for some
They
reason,
are
yeah, the
the
Onkyo
same.
version is cheaper. I don't know why.
That's what. Well, that's why I looked at it and I thought the same thing. But if you look
Yeah.
at the Pioneer page, they're like, "Oh, you can do this through the Onkyo Music app
Right,
or
right,
something
right,
like
right.
that." I'm like, "Wait a second!" And then it's just rebranded for Pioneer. It's
But for
probably
whatever
shiny.
reason, the Onkyo version is less expensive, so why not?
I like the Teac one that you found. There's a
Well-
couple of Teac ones that are out there. That I mean, if he's looking for something that's going to play, DSDs and all these other things, I mean,
Yeah. So I mean, the Teac first of all doesn't do streaming, and also it has a really bad user interface. I mean, I've played around with the thing. It's got a really nice headphone amp, and it actually does. So the second question, I'll just roll into it. He was saying, is there a way to use any of these portable players as the external DAC for his 2-channel speaker setup? So with the Pioneer and the Onkyo, the answer is no, because they don't have any input, right?
but the Teac does. It has
the Teac
what,
does.
2 inputs, right?
Yeah,
Something
the
like
Teac does have an input, but it doesn't do streaming. So the interesting thing is, if this is for portable, I mean, the Pioneer and the Onkyo, they're Wi-Fi. It's not like they have a cellular connection. So if you're taking them with you somewhere, you'd have to have a Wi-Fi connection to do the streaming. So the Teac, either way, the Teac doesn't.
But the
doesn't
Teac's
have a
got
Wi-Fi
like
connection.
32 gigs or something like that, and it's expandable up to
Yeah, all of
something
these are expanded
ridiculous.
with micro SD memory cards. But yeah,
And
the
if what
Teac,
you're gonna be
it
doing
has a
is-
horrible user interface. I mean, it really is not a good user interface. But it's a very good headphone amp, and it can do the external DAC thing if you want to. The other thing you could do, of course, is use your phone, use its USB output if it's Android, or get the camera connection kit if it's Apple and they have a Lightning connector, and connect it to one of the Teac portable amplifiers, because their
Right.
portable amplifiers are, $200 to $250, but they're really, really good. So if what you're concerned with is powering something like the Hi-Fi Man HEs, which I will say, those can use a lot of power. Maybe a phone out of its regular headphone jack wouldn't be able to power it that great, but the phone can be an excellent player, and then you connect that to a really good portable headphone amp like the Teac. What is it, the H something 50?
HAP50.
HAP50. That's
There's
the one
SE,
I
the
know and
special
have used
edition.
myself, and it's really good. It's a really good headphone amp, and actually a little bit more powerful than the Pioneer Onkyos. Not balanced, but more powerful to begin with. So that's an option. I really wouldn't overlook a phone for this.
There's
That's
a
what I
P90 too.
sort of want to get at.
P90 must be better because it's got
Well, the P90 is the player. That's the one that's the full
is
built-in
it-
player.
that's the player.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's another one. There's a HAP5.
Which I also think is a headphone amp.
That's just a headphone
amp.
app.
Yeah. So yeah, some different ways to come at this, Justin. And this is all assuming
No, the
he wants
P5 has a
portable player.
USB DAC in it as well, but you have
Okay.
to connect it up to the. That was the one I was looking at.
All right.
You have to connect it up to your phone though. Yeah. All right. Whatever. There's options up there. All right.
Yeah. I mean, if you can give the Pioneer or the Onkyo a try, I have no experience with them. I don't know.
Right.
They look like perfectly decent players. Certainly the Saber DACs and the Saber op amps that are built into them. Certainly quality parts, so I have no bones about the internals or the design. I don't know if the user interface is that great. It's based on Android, so it's
Could be
it's gonna
crap,
be like a
or
phone.
could be great.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
right.
and don't get hung up on the whole. I need a portable player that's just designed for doing this. I know.
Yeah, because
know.
I got a file for that, and like it has some noise floor to it.
Yeah.
So it's fine as a player. I can connect it to something else to the amplification, but connect it to my Shure Eater monitors, I'm like, I can hear a stupid hiss down there. So that's not great. Yeah.
So if you do want to use, just to reiterate, if you do want to use any of these players as a DAC, external DAC for your 2-channel setup, it does need to have an input.
Yeah.
That's basically what you need, and then you can, if you want to.
The Teac does, but the Teac lacks the streaming, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trade-off there.
All right. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.